changed, valves adjusted. Yeah, they're a little more quiet. I did hear a little bit of chatter out of them, so it's probably time. So yeah, I got 9.5 quarts in. I don't know if you could see. Yeah, my oil pressure's good. Temperature is low since I've only been driving for a couple minutes. And I'm going to go nice and easy, and I'm going to bring it up to temperature. Alright, so as a debrief on my last video, which was the part 2 of doing the valve adjustments and filling it up with oil, yeah, I wound up using the red line tool for all 12 valves. Last time I really wanted to use the feeler gauge, and I wanted to use that primarily and then use the red line tool as like a novelty. And I have to say, I think after wiggling the rocker arms, I think I got a better valve adjustment using the red line tool, and mostly because it's hard to get that feeler gauge underneath the valve. You kind of have to, above the valve and between the rocker arm, you got to wedge it in there. Yeah, maybe it's not so accurate. So I think my takeaway is that you can really hold things in place with the red line tool while you tighten it up. You can put an Allen key in the top of that knob, and you can hold your adjuster screw while you tighten down the 13mm lock nut. So all of my wiggling of the rockers is like a hair, and I think when I did the feeler gauge, it might have been a little more than a hair. It's hard to, it's hard to describe it, but you could swear it's in spec. But I think with all the bending and everything and holding the screw while you tighten it, maybe it was probably, it was maybe 1.5, tenths instead of 1/10 of a millimeter. I don't know. So, like the red line tool, I think I was more consistent. Valves are definitely quieter, and I am still warming up. So we will do the rest of the fill here soon. Another thing to add, there's 34 fasteners. I would say if I had to do it over again on day 1, I would have, after I drained the car, lifted it, and at least after it cooled down a little bit, take off the valve covers on day 1. It really took me all day. Like I said before, I didn't kill myself doing it, but it did take me quite a while. And I was tired because I had to do extra stuff. I'd say 8 hours yesterday, because it was including jacking the car up and then removing the valve covers, getting everything ready, organizing things. So I probably would have done more day 1. That's the video where I basically drove to the beach on my warm-up loop and then drained the oil. And I did everything else yesterday. Basically today I just double-checked everything, which is day 3. Double-checked everything, lowered the car, put the rear wheels on, lowered the car. So I really didn't do much today, but yesterday was a long day. But I want to do it perfectly, and that's why I do it myself, to take my time so that I can ensure my own quality control. Okay, one other thing to note is my temperature is a little bit higher than normal at this point, and the car warmed up faster. So the temperature sensor is getting more heat dumped into it, which is what a colder spark plug does. So I'm running 10 to 1. So I'm running the 1 range colder, like a Euro car. So that basically puts more heat into the head. So doing what it's supposed to. Found a nice oak tree to do this under. I'll top her up. So my at the low level, so I think it's 1 quart will take me up to here. So I'll start with half a quart. Yum, yum. All right, as I said, I'll probably take the full quart. Okay, right in the middle. So yeah, that's 9.5 quarts initial fill with 1 quart post drive. Battery before. And now I got oil on my bumper. No big deal. Next time, maybe I won't do this in a field. Okay. Alright, I'm heading back home, so hopefully you found the 3-part epic series of an oil change and valve adjustment helpful. There's lots of other resources online. I just went through my experience. It's not step for step, and of course, always have your Bentley manual. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later.